Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Anizi with part 7 of What If Naruto Had Divine Dividing. So guys, where we last left off was Naruto meeting the dragon gods and becoming one himself. He then fought Jiraiya, nearly killing him for threatening Yaku and his family. Then he used the Diabolus dragon god form to destroy him. He left him alive to tell Leaf that he had declared the 4th Shinobi War on them. So guys, we now go and see the Rain Village getting attacked. Shinobi were dead everywhere. We see Naruto flying to 4 figures. Damn you, you dare stand against peace, against God, Pain yelled. You, a god, don't make me laugh. You're a fake. You think you're a god because of your eyes? Naruto then switched his eyes to the Rinnegan. Then he switched it to the Rinnesharingan, then to the Rinnesharin Tensegun. What? Impossible. How do you have those eyes? And how do they change like that? Pain yelled. Naruto laughed. I got them from the sage himself, Naruto said. Almighty push, Pain said. Divide, Naruto said as he divided the attack to nothing. Itachi then appeared using a Matarasu, but Naruto divided the attack to nothing. Naruto then appeared behind Konan, slicing her head off clean with the Ascalon. Pain screamed and went to attack Naruto in rage, but Naruto dodged all the attacks as he just cuts off Pain's head clean. Weak, Naruto said. Obito appeared right next to Naruto and punched him, but was surprised when Naruto used his Rinnesharin Tensegun to nullify his Kamui. Then Naruto punched him, sending him flying. Naruto then stabbed Obito and went to Itachi, who looked at Naruto with rage. Oh, why are you so angry at me? You couldn't possibly care for these criminals, Naruto said. What are you then? Itachi said. Unlike Akatsuki, I'm a banished shinobi trying to make a living, Naruto said. You know why I hate you, Naruto. You ruined my plan to redeem the Uchiha clan by destroying Sasuke's reproductive organ, Itachi said. Oh, that's why. I thought you'd be happy. I mean, he did fail your clan. I mean, could you imagine if all the Uchihas were like Sasuke, thinking they're all that when they're actually nothing but emus, Naruto said. Don't talk about my brother like that, Itachi said. Aw, you really do love him, but you let your love blind you. He's a failure. You were the only good Uchiha, but Sasuke being alive ruined the chances of Uchiha's redemption, so I'm going to end them off, Naruto said, cutting off Itachi's head clean and then burning the body. Naruto then flew home. We now go to Yaku's point of view. We now see Yaku in the Tsuchikage's office. She had just heard that the Tsuchikage was going to oppose Whirlpool in the war. She waited for his guards to leave and then appeared behind Tsuchikage, stabbing him in the heart. Just before he died, she said, "You opposed the wrong village, mortal." Yaku then grabbed his body and floated above the village so everybody can see. This is what happens when you oppose us, Whirlpool. And now you shall all die, Yaku said as she created a giant black ball like Momoshiki did, launching it towards the village, and then she engraved a whirlpool mark in the middle of the village. She then went home and Yaku arrived to her Naruto-kun's office. So it's done, Naruto asked. Yes, Naruto-kun, it is, Yaku said. Naruto then hugged her. Good work, my goddess, he said. Thank you, my dragon god, she said. Where'd Leaf? It's been a few weeks since Naruto beat the shit out of Jiraiya and sent him to deliver his message about war. Lady Hokage, Whirlpool just destroyed Rock and we're allyless. Suddenly, a large boom was heard. Lady Snardy, they hear. Whirlpool is attacking, one of them said. What now? Snardy said. Okay, now we go back to Naruto's point of view. Naruto was using his wings to fly. The Whirlpool army followed him with chakra tanks and chakra fighter jets Naruto had created from memories based off the past Divine Dividing users. Naruto then flies up high and turns into his Diabolus dragon god form. It's time, partner, Albion said. Yeah, let's go, Kit, Kurama said. Naruto then channels his Nine-Tails chakra and creates a huge Bijudama, destroying the wall. The Leaf citizens then start to run away as they see a giant white dragon coming for them. The dragon was wearing a whirlpool headband and it was coming straight towards them. Peasants of the Leaf village, you attacked my family and that was your last mistake, Naruto said. Then thousands of Leaf shinobi started to fire jutsus at him. He just stood there taking them all like they were nothing. He was in his dragon form, he was a dragon god. Some pathetic shinobi weren't gonna faze him. He then breathed blue flames, killing most of the shinobis. He then saw civilians running, but saw Yaku then appear as they were running, as she then used lava style to burn them all to crisp. He then saw an army of sacred gear users from his village, killing all of their enemies. Naruto then flew up and launched a blue flame-tailed beast bomb, killing 75% of Leaf's population. Naruto then came down as he saw the rookies. Yaku flew down beside him and hugged him. So, you all oppose me again? You should have run like the mortals you are, Naruto said. Shut up, demon. Now you'll die, Jiraiya said, as he done some hand signs and summoned the Shinigami. Why have you summoned me, mortal? The Shinigami asked. Shinigami, please seal the demon known as Naruto away, Jiraiya said. You recently became a god, a dragon god, and you opposed the Shinto gods. I'll be rewarded if I kill you, the Shinigami said as he charged towards Naruto. Naruto divided him and kept on dividing him till he was nothing. He then felt death magic enter his body, giving him a new type of power. Naruto then looked at the remaining Leaf joining, not including the traitors, as he did a hand gesture and they all died. What did you do? You absorbed the Shinigami, Jiraiya asked, seeing Naruto absorbing the Shinigami and not coming back. Jiraiya was in fear, so was everybody else. This is one of the power I have, the power of one of the 14 Longinuses, designed to slay gods. A low-tech god like him could never possibly hurt a dragon god like me. I absorbed this pathetic ability to kill people instantly. So you're a god now. No wonder the Toads warned us about you. No wonder you were able to change the world and decide its fate, Jiraiya said, terrified. Now you will all pay for challenging a god, Naruto said, charging towards Jiraiya, kicking him, tanking a fire-style fireball jutsu from Sasuke, as Sasuke tried to punch him, and then Lee tried to punch him as well, but Naruto just tanked it. Naruto, what would your mother and father say? This hatred is taking over you. Please come back, Tsunade said. Come back. So you can use me again? And use my children for your selfish gain? Never, Naruto said, swinging his tail, breaking her bones. Naruto then grabbed Sasuke, who tried to punch him, and yelled, How do you have those eyes? Tsunade managed to implant some Hashirama cells in me, and gave me a second pair of Sharingans from Danzo, which gave me the Rinnegan, and I'm the god of the shinobi, and the reincarnation of the Sage of Six Paths, Sasuke said arrogantly. You, the reincarnation of the Sage of Six Paths, don't make me laugh. You just got lucky you got the Rinnegan, and I also have it. And you're the reincarnation of the devil, Naruto said, as he activated his Rinnegan Tensegun. We're now going to Yaku's point of view. We see Yaku beating up Hinata, Sakura, Ino, and Tenten. So you're the demon soul. How dare you have the Bakugan, Hinata said. You think your lesser clan owns the Bakugan, mortal, Yaku said. Yes, I do, and when I'm done, you will become my personal slave and I'll brand you with the curse mark seal, Hinata said. Oh really, you beat me? You brand me, a goddess, as your slave? Don't make me laugh. You're weak, little Hyuga. You're a little Hyuga failure. A branch member surpassed you. I believe his name was Neji. You're pathetic, Yaku said. Yaku then used 64 palms and was about to kill her but had to dodge weapons coming at her. Seeing Tenten was the one who threw weapons at her and seeing her as a nuisance, she created a chakra blade and sliced off Tenten's head. Sakura and Ino got enraged as Ino tried to use a mind jutsu, but Yaku switched places with Sakura and teleported behind Ino and sliced her head off. Sakura then woke up from Ino's mind to see herself with no chakra. Yaku then came up to her and made multiple blades, using yin-yang release, stabbing Sakura repetitively. You dare hurt my Naruto-kun, I'll make you suffer, Yaku said. Please stop, Sakura said as she yelled out in pain, only to see that she was healed and sliced again. You're nothing but a whore. You deserve this, Yaku said. Sakura was healed again and then stabbed once again. Do you like this? Cause I'll take revenge for every little pain you caused my Naruto by causing you the same amount of pain and even more, Yaku said. Sasuke will save me, Sakura said, only to be pierced again as she screamed out in pain, screaming out Sasuke's name, but nothing happened. He never came to save her. No, he won't come for you. He's fighting my Naruto-kun and my Naruto-kun's gonna win, Yaku said. Back with Naruto, the Jonins charged towards Naruto as Kakashi was in the lead as Naruto pulled out Obita's dead body. I guess apart from Rin, all of my father's students were disgraces to him, Naruto said, as Kakashi fell down seeing Obita's dead body. Naruto then used a spell. Suddenly Rin and Obito came back. Kakashi and Obito went to hug Rin to apologize for what they've done or the sins they committed, but Rin kicked them both in the balls. How could you treat Sensei's son like that? She said. You're a genjutsu, Obito said, not wanting to believe that Rin would actually hurt him, with Kakashi agreeing. I'm not, and I hate you, Rin said as she started using the Three Tails chakra left in her body. Both Kakashi and Obito's eyes then widened as they both looked at Naruto angry. How dare you play with the dead like that, Kakashi yelled, reviving both Obito and Rin so that you could torture me. And Obito, do you have no shame? How could you do that to Sensei, Kakashi said. Oh, you think it's only Rin, Naruto said, as Sakuma, Hatake, Minato and Krishna then appeared. They've got the memories of what you did to me, Kakashi, Naruto said, as they started to attack Kakashi. How dare you hurt our son? We trusted you. You failed us. You and the village This failure of a village, we should have never trusted you. We should have just ran away and lived with Naruto, rather than sacrifice our lives for child beaters, Minato and Kushina said as they punched Kakashi. I disown you, Sakuma, Hatake said, as both Minato and Kushina agreed. Kakashi broke down and killed himself, asking Naruto for forgiveness, but Naruto declined, and Kakashi died without forgiveness. Naruto then proceeded to kill the rest of the Jonin apart from Asuma. Asuma then screamed out and cried in pain seeing Kurenai, his dead wife that was pregnant, dead. Why? She was pregnant. She did nothing, he said, crying, punching Naruto's giant dragon form, but Naruto wasn't even affected. Naruto then used his spell as Hiruzen appeared, getting the memories of what happened to Naruto. He rushed towards Naruto, hugging him and comforting him. Then he looked at Asuma. Asuma, why did you do this? Why did you betray Naruto? He did nothing. He was like a grandson to me. You've disgraced our clan, Hiruzen said. Dad, why? The demon killed my wife. Why do you still defend him? Asuma asked. Because it's your fault that she died. You could have avoided it by helping him, Hiruzen said, slicing Asuma's head off clean. Naruto then killed off Kiba, Neji, Lee, and Chaoji, and Shikamaru. It's the big Paul guy, Sai said. Naruto cut his head off feeling disgusted. Naruto then went over to the only people that were left over from the village that were alive. Sasuke Uchiha, Tsunade Senju, and Jiraiya, no last name. So Jiraiya, your mom and dad were so irrelevant that nobody remembers them. They were probably drunks and whores, Naruto said, pissing off Jiraiya even more. Don't ever talk about my family like that, Naruto, Jiraiya said. Oh, you managed to recover from my torture session. I believe you need a revisit, Naruto said as Jiraiya turned green and puked. Naruto, stop this. You're attacking our village. The village that raised you. The village that your parents helped defend, Tsunade said. Oh, my parents. Let's ask them, why don't we, Naruto said as Minato, Kushina, and the other Hokages appeared. You monster, you're just like Orochimaru, using the dead for your games, Jiraiya said. No, actually I revived them and they will actually live at least for 7 years at least. The only difference is that they have seen my memories and they will make the decision based on that. Jiraiya, tell me, you monster, how could you do that to Naruto? Kill him please, Naruto, Minato said. You damn perv, Kushina said as she used the chakra chains to beat him. Naruto then walked to Jiraiya and tortured him, using his Rinnegan Tenseigan to make him once again see what whenever he touches a woman they turn into a man in cat costumes. Then Jiraiya returned to the gay strip club where, let's just say, he didn't have a fun time. Naruto then killed Jiraiya. Tsunade then got enraged seeing Naruto kill Jiraiya, her last teammate and the last person she cared about, and went to punch him but was stopped by Dan. You disgust me. I can't believe I loved you. You're a monster, he said, hitting her in the face. You're not my granddaughter anymore, Tsunade. I disown you. I disown you, you spoiled piece of shit, Hashirama said as he stabbed her with wooden spikes. Mito then came up to her and said, do you think you'd treat your own family like that? I can't believe this. I hate you, Mito said. As she then used a seal that would send traitorous Uzumaki straight to hell when they died. Naruto then swiped Tsunade's head off clean after slowly crushing her body in his dragon form. So Sasuke, you're the last one alive. As expected, Naruto said. Of course, I'm a Uchiha elite. I'm Sasuke Uchiha, Sasuke said. Now you die, demon, Sasuke said. Chibuke Tensei, Sasuke said, or planetary devastation in the English dub, as the earth started to break up and go straight to Naruto, creating a moon. Everyone thought Naruto had died, so the Raikage, Kazekage, Mizukage charged with their forces. Sasuke was trying to fight several-tailed beasts in a Sage mode and Rinnegan and nearly prevailed, but suddenly the seal broke. The seal that sealed Naruto in the moon broke. Did you really think sealing me would seal me? Naruto said. Then the Uchiha clan just appeared saying how Sasuke failed. Naruto was using the time in the moon to revive the Uchihas and give them his memory, and also influence them a little bit by offering them. Sasuke broke down crying. He committed suicide like Kakashi after hearing his clan, his mother, his father, Itachi call him all failures. After that, Naruto and the nations conquered the land of fire and distributed everything evenly. Time skip, a few years. Yaku and Naruto had gotten married and had a daughter called Kushina. They were able to release Kaguya using Naruto's dividing spell because Naruto was able to handle the power that the Sage of Six Paths used to seal Kaguya away. Yaku had a happy reunion with her mother, while Naruto had a happy reunion with his family, Minato and Kushina, because they were still alive after that. Naruto extended their life even more than 7 years because he was a dragon god and he could literally do anything he wants. He then had to conquer the whole world because the Raikage, Mizukage and Kazekage were overthrown by their respected, since the Raikage lost power, and so did the Mizukage and the Kazekage. Naruto then conquered all of the nations, having control over them, and his daughters would rule the world. Well guys, that's all for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Peace.